Hi, and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is Vlogs About Nothing. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your very busy night to join me. I really do appreciate it. Tonight, I want to talk about universal basic income. And for the record, for like the past 30 seconds, I've been trying to figure out if this little black spot that I see there on my center, like below right nostril, is actually my hair is just, I mean, I don't know, slowly fading away, as we also slowly are, but it's still a little bit darker in some places, so it really just trips me out every single time I let this thing grow out, just because I'm never sure what it's going to look like, and this is why. So yeah, anyways, enough of the self-loathing. I do enough of that. I already know, trust me, off camera I'm a pity machine. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, no, but it is kind of a joke, but not really, because tonight I want to talk about universal basic income. And I want to like friendly remind everybody out there that I'm a social capitalist, and if that bothers you, I'm sorry. I know I'm not going to change who I am, you feel me? And the channel has already lost more than a handful of subscribers over the last couple weeks as a result of some of the opinions that I relate to y'all. But let me tell you, I'm always only in your best interest, you feel me? And I'm really not the guy to hate as it comes, or as a result of, advocating on behalf of not just my rights, right? But as they translate on over to you and y'all, and why I really feel like it's important for us to enter an age like where we actually are going to do this whole universal basic income. I don't know if you guys have realized this, but private companies' refusal to pay a living wage is something that is not going to change in 100 years. Unfortunately, companies aren't going to wake up in any time soon, worlds in this timeline, and say to themselves that they need to pay people more, and that, good old gosh, everyone needs to live a better life. That's literally not what they're intended to do. People that own businesses, private entities, corporations, literally their sole purpose is to generate a profit. Now, I'm not going to hate on that, right? After all, I'm a social capitalist. I don't want to take away all the means to make the best life that you want to make for yourself. You feel me? I mean, if you want to do more than what's required, be my guest. But so far as the world is concerned and your government is concerned, they're probably the biggest culprit as it concerns really what a good quality of life could be, and how it is absolutely not that way right now. Again, getting those private people and companies and corporations out of the way, again, like, let the capitalist in me speak to you, because herein lies the blame that goes with being the most advanced and financially funded government that we've ever known about. And I'm talking about good old Uncle Sam, right? The same very entity now that is trying to slash 10,000 postal jobs and turn the post office into a private place. Because, again, we all know how good things are that work and exist for profit, right? I'm joking. I hope you know that I'm joking. They don't work very well. The incentive is in privatization is profit. It will forever be the incentive in privatization. That's literally why there, arguably needs to be a healthy private sector. Just know that the government is responsible for overseeing and regulating private and corporate interests, because if not, that's literally what fascism is. That whole political ideology. I'm just saying that the collusion of state and private entities is something that should not very much interest any constituent, any citizen, any person within the borders of this country. That's just not the way that it goes. Just so much as church and state must be separated. I can't, stress that to you guys enough. The idea that there are some things that must be separate. So, prefacing with all of that mambo jumbo, I will say that universal basic income is something that is only it's needed because we want people to still work, right? Again, more power to you. You like going to work, working full time, that's all right. It should be for additional income so that you can improve your life. Maybe buy a home, maybe own a car, maybe send your kid to private school, maybe do any number of things that functioning civil people will do with more money. They'll buy more food. Maybe they won't be so sick. Maybe they won't be so stressed. Maybe we'll go a long way in this scenario, right? Because people fundamentally spend money. That's what the whole gimmick is, guys. You gotta spend money. Now, in order to spend money, you gotta have money. And unfortunately, it's ass backwards here. The people that have money don't want to spend it, and the people that don't have any money spend all the money that they have. And there's got to be a healthy balance. So, my proposition is to allow for universal basic income. This is a fundamental right, okay? Even the rich people, you guys want to check, fine. This isn't discriminatory in nature. I mean, add another 1,500 to your 401k, Charles. You know, in 60 years when you cash out and you give your money to good old uncle, little nephew Chuck or whatever, the generational wealth will prevail. You know, I'm not like discriminating. I'm just saying that potentially $1,250 to $1,500 check from the government to you for being a citizen of this great nation is something that is owed to you. All right? Don't let anybody fool you. Again, it's owed to everyone. The rich people, the poor people, all of it. Because, again, the rich people might not need it. And that's fine. But we don't want to hate on the rich people. So, you know, we'll give them their money. Give them their money, guys. That's all that they want. Give them their money and they'll be happy. I don't know. They find some fulfillment in this idea that money is going to bring them happiness. I don't know. It's not worked so far as I know, but maybe someone will crack the code. Mr. Bezos, Mr. Musk, how you guys doing out there? It doesn't look like you're doing very well, and it doesn't look from the outside like that's any incentive for me to do anything, because why on earth would I want to be like them? That's just my opinion, right? But again, once you cover people's basic living costs, then they're able to feel a little bit more empowered. That whole idea that smart people debate all the time, you know, the concept of free will, the things that we all attend post-secondary for, that we're all fortunate enough to get into six-figure debts because we want to do this country well, so we go to medical school and end up paying on student loans well into we're in our 40s, right? Because we're making a sacrifice for the good old goodness of for-profit healthcare. You know, that's the mentality here in America. And am I wrong for thinking that that is wrong? I don't think so. I don't think so. All indications would lead me to believe that that is actually a very practical way of feeling about a certain industry, and thereby and moreover the people that end up being brainwashed into these industries, going into them, wanting to change the world, only to end up paying interest on student loans into their 40s so that they can be a doctor. Again, like, these are the realities that we face, and I'm not hating on people wanting to be their best selves in their professions and however that is. I think obviously there's a fundamental and philosophical difference between wanting to help people in the healthcare industry and by virtue of helping them, you also want to make them bankrupt and charge them insane premiums and deny their claims and make them pay premiums into policies that they're only never going to get out anything good from because of the denial rate. I mean, again, I'm not the smartest guy on the block, but I see what I see and I call it as I see it. And I'm just saying that universal basic income is something that you deserve, all right? You don't even have to be doing anything for that. I don't care. Some people don't want to be Jeff Bezos. Some people don't want to be rich. Some people just want to live a life. Can you imagine that? To all my folks out there, that not everyone wants a white picket fence, three, like people that they're having an affair with on their spouse on the side, and a few kids that they're pride. Like, that's not what all of us want from life. Most of us just want a place to live, some things to eat, working water and working electricity. Like, these are the things that the government can afford. Now, again, whether or not people want to say we deserve them is semantics, right? At this point, anybody who says they deserve something more than you do simply because of their work ethic is sadly mistaken. They're the jokes. They're the real jokes of the world because, again, like, You deserve to be taken care of by your government. The government that is, again, arguably the most influential government that we've ever been able to even discuss in modern history. Winners write the history books, I guess, right, guys? So, however you want to put that, America has been put in an interesting position as we approach the 22nd century. And I really think it's important for us to have conversations with everybody, especially those of us that are young, as it concerns the absolute necessity for universal basic income. If there's no universal basic income, if there is no intervention from the United States government, then there is not ever going to be economic prosperity again in this country for anybody. Now, I'm not trying to live in a country where there's only working poor people and extremely rich people. That's just not the way societies last. All right, guys? I'm just saying that, usually when there's smoke, there's fire. Sometimes there's nothing, right? Now, I think about this a lot, right? Because that kind of example can be misleading. Sometimes it is nothing, right? But I just feel like the government must intervene, because if the government doesn't, the alternatives are bleak at best. And again, I'm not trying to live in a world where you're either working and slumming it up, right? That's your existence, and all for a certain handful of people that are owners, people that, are at a different place in their life and can make different decisions than the basic person can. I don't think that's a very reasonable position to put anybody in. And I just feel like since we can afford it, it's really the wrong thing to do to continue to deny our population what they deserve. They make this country work. The people that go to work for pennies on the dollars, those guys make this country work. The people that deliver your food, all right, to the rich people, again, money does nothing. It has no intrinsic value. So if you think that you're cool because you got a bunch of money, you're mistaken, right? Because you're not the one generating the paper currency, the whole fiat system, right? The whole Ponzi scheme that is quite literally a Ponzi scheme. I mean, because there's no gold standard. I'm just saying there's lots of, you know, evidence to prove what I'm saying is absolutely correct. So, to deter these kinds of behaviors that are absolutely going on, we have to recognize them first, and then we have to address how we're going to best solve these problems. And a big part of solving a historically really, really big and bad problem is UBI. After cost of living increase, mandates are in there as well, because for some reason the Constitution stipulates that there's a lot of reasons why, right? But I'm a social capitalist. I encourage you guys to look that definition up so that you can see exactly what kind of a person that I'm trying to be is, as it concerns my political ideologies and so forth. But I do appreciate your time. And universal basic income is something that is coming. It is coming, because if it doesn't come, the alternatives, again, I can't stress to everybody enough. Like, if we do not do this, the consequences are more than severe. All right, for every working person out there who's ever wanted to live a halfway decent life, UBI is something very, very much in your interest. And whatever politician does that for you is going to be the politician that you're going to want to have. All right, I'm just telling you, because again, that is fundamentally just past universal basic health care. Again, like, we can't live in a country that is the way that it is and doesn't offer the things that it needs to offer its citizens. And that's just healthcare, and it's basic income. That's what it is. So that's what you deserve. That's what I deserve. That's what everyone deserves, okay? Get that through your head. And I'm just kidding. I hope that you guys have a really wonderful night. This is the way that I talk to myself. You feel me? Why do I gotta apologize for feeling so frustrated, because we live in a world that can support everybody and no one needs to go hungry, and yeah, disease can be eradicated, and yet just because people want to make more money, right? Like, that's legit just greedy. You feel me? Like, I can't. It bothers me. There's a difference between wanting to do well and just being straight greedy. I don't know, like, does anyone not else see this? Like, there's a big difference. You feel me? So My name is Albert. This was Vlogs About Nothing. Thank you for watching my show. I hope you guys have a really good night, and I'll see everyone tomorrow. Bye.